We always working, make some content, trying to turn, something, nothing out of something, something out of nothing, basically. I was supposed to go to the Home Depot and get some gloves, but I don't feel like it. I'll do that shit tomorrow. I'll be out anyway. Dang. Oh, you do got the clicker. He said, I got the clicker, bro. Appreciate that. For real. Alright. Matter of fact, we're just gonna switch over and see what we gotta do. Cause I gotta add everything back. I ain't know I was getting on right back on, but nevertheless, we here. It sucks that they're trying to ban TikTok, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause TikTok got the best community, low key. Damn, 30K likes in like 2 hours. That's crazy. You definitely got the clicker. Alright, I got the Instagram up. Now I gotta just put like something else in the background so we can watch some videos. Let's see. YouTube. Where's YouTube at? There we go. Hey, that's my own logo. Alright. Yeah, man. I got a Plex library, so I got a bunch of movies on Plex. I got some new ones on that I ain't even watched yet. So I was going to do that after the Laker game, but they kind of ended a little sooner than I thought. I thought the game was going to end at like 3. Maybe even 3:15 or whatever, but the game went by kind of fast. So it kind of threw me off a little bit. I ain't ready to go yet. Oh yeah, I was watching videos about abyssal planes and stuff last night. Oh, what happened? Oh yeah, let's turn this shit down real quick. Yeah, abyssal planes. There's not that many videos on abyssal plane, but whatever. Let's see if I can find some good ones. Matter of fact, I gotta turn on the Xbox too. Do that. Is it coming on? Oh yeah, there we go. I was playing Harry Potter, but that shit got too good. Yeah, I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and United States. Heck yeah, Sin City, man. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I don't want to assume. I mean, I can guess, but I'll probably get it wrong. Ooh, let's watch this video. I wanted to watch this anyway.
Your country does not belong to you, any country. I'm not going to tell you where these pictures are. I mean, of course, you can see where they are, but I'm going to tell you at the end of the video. I'm going to show you the map as well. Of course, I'm doing this because if I use photos of the country where you live in, then you're gonna get angry at me because of your patriotism and all that stuff. So let's just see the supreme amazing. We are a very young humanity.
You in Belgium?
It's a reset.
That's
empire,
tight.
Human.
I ain't never been that
far.
far.
And the domes and the columns and the big buildings and the free energy and everything else you've seen so far. And of course, what you see in this specific capital and this specific country, that if I didn't show you, or if I would have just deleted the title and the name,
Las Vegas
you would have
cool,
said,
though.
what part of America, USA, Canada, Australia, UK, Germany, or Russia is this from? Even though Russia, well, I don't have any Russians watching me because, of course, of the things
like
that are
Belgium
happening
waffles.
in Russia. But I say Russia because Russia has the most
life
amazing
in
things
Belgium
ever
like hell.
in many ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, you already know what this is, but I'm gonna say it at the end of the video, so you can see it's the same exact type of building,
I don't know any
identical,
French,
because
they say that's a
in
love
other
language and
countries,
shit. I wish I knew.
oh, by the way,
See, I'm
Australia
supposed
as
to know
well.
how to speak
You see,
Spanish
why
because I
is
got a little
this
Spanish in me,
this
but I
so
don't know how to speak
identical to
Spanish either.
Australia, even though there's like such a huge distance? And why is it identical to the United States of America? And Germany, with all, and their different languages? What happened in this world? When I speak about our human species being so young, and about the
Las
clones
Vegas though
and the
really is just
mass.
like anywhere else because I've been living here for a while now. It's like anywhere else, but they got casinos. And now that gambling is legal and you can gamble like on an app or on your phone, I mean, Vegas is still cool though. Don't get me wrong, but you can gamble if you got a gambling problem. You can gamble anywhere.
Repopulation after the disasters of the 1700s and before, and what happened in the 1800s, and the free energy and the
Vegas
electricity,
is definitely
electric.
cool.
Look
All
at
the
this.
people come out
Again,
here.
if I didn't tell you where this is, you would have said, oh, what kind of
Instagram
church
is
cathedral?
crazy.
But why do you call it a church cathedral where you go to pray? Is it because that's the way you have been indoctrinated and forced to believe?
There we go. That's a cool
Sad,
picture.
our human species, isn't it? So if I didn't tell you where this is, you would just say, oh, what part of North America or Europe or Russia or Australia or Canada? But it's
Damn,
not
man.
neither of those places. So does this mean that this humanity, by the way, this country is super young,
Maybe I
maximum
would have
2
to say
centuries,
America
and with a
because
very,
I'm
very,
here. You know what I
very
mean?
huge inflation and
I'm
bad
with the
economy.
home team,
Seeing some news in Al Jazeera right now.
but I
this day
study
from
a
Al
lot.
Jazeera. Al
Egypt
Jazeera is
looks
like
cool.
way better than
I mean, the architecture in Russia, old Russia, is cool too. Germany's cool. Like it's cool all over the world. But since I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada, you know, America, Las Vegas, Nevada is probably the best at the moment. But I like Mexico too. I've been to Mexico a bunch. Mexico's cool.
the North American and European news, because they usually show people like the truth and the things similar to the reality of the real world, at least in some aspects of politics and economics. And I've seen like 18 million people are living in a way that you don't want to live. So why?
Yeah.
And of course, now you know that
won.
what you see when you see these buildings in this country and in this place, which is very huge, it doesn't make any sense if you
Morant
put
didn't do
this
that
in the
much special
200
shit
years
tonight.
history. Who built these? The Europeans who went by force from Europe.
Right, who built these
The people
buildings?
before them. Who were the people before them?
I'm
If
watching
you
this
go by
video on YouTube.
traditional
He's showing
history,
old
but if you
buildings.
go by the forbidden knowledge and forbidden history, that makes sense. Look at the size of this building. Which, if I didn't tell you where it is, you would
You
say
don't
what part
believe
of
that
North
these
America or
buildings
Europe
was built
or Australia.
when they say they were.
And look at the size of like the door, and also the people. And as usual, this is just one example. I could have
Hey,
shown
what's
like many
that?
other buildings.
I
And
don't know
again,
that
as usual,
language.
you have these huge, amazing, supreme, giant arches and giant towers. But then the surrounding areas, instead of being like proper roads for cars and wheels, it's mud and
Gotta
earth and
update,
dirt and
yeah,
sand,
I
and of
ain't
course your
updating that
super
shit.
supreme technology of buggy and horse, because that's
Oh,
so
they was gonna let me
all the
use it without
humans
updating.
across the world. I'm not even going to mention star forts, because if you go in star forts, then we
Oh,
never
that's
end the story.
Japanese. Yeah,
They send telegrams to each other, you see.
Japanese.
Of
That's
course, because there
crazy.
was no telegram service in those days, everything was transported via the boats that were
I would
traveling
definitely
across
like
the
to go out
spinning
there
curved
for
water
like
at
a
1,000 miles per hour
month.
of the spinning globe.
Japan.
And until a boat would
That would
go
be cool.
from that area
Vacation.
in the world to Europe and the UK and the States and Australia and all the other places. So in China, so that's how they communicated via postcards and letters written by hand. And then they would say, let's build the same architecture all across the world. And of course, if you say that the world is not a globe, then people don't like you. So you have to accept that the ships were traveling across the curved water, spinning
Yeah,
in
right.
space.
How'd they
No
make that
asteroid
building
and
way back
comet
then, man?
shocks against
That's
us,
crazy.
collision, because we are so special in the universe. Everything is random. So yeah, not gonna say anything about the other humans on other continents, because people don't like that. Look at
Either
this,
one,
the dirt
Japan
road,
or China. My
dirt, but then you
uncle
have
was
like a
in the
massive
army.
building
He
with
was
perfectly cut
stationed
stones and
in
huge columns
Japan,
and the same like type of
and
pyramid
he
type of
said it
thing,
was cool.
triangle,
He liked it.
and
So,
huge doors.
and
Look at
I've
these
heard
doors.
people
So why
went to
would you
China
build
and
this in
said
the
they
first
like
place? Why do you
that
need
too. I mean,
so big doors?
certain parts, I
If you
guess.
just
I
go
don't
there
know,
to
but
pray, why
yeah,
does it make it
Japan.
so difficult for me? Can you imagine like when you go, you get all super dressed and you take your super technology, free electricity, horse and buggy,
Seems like it would be a cool
and
place.
your wheel gets stuck in the mud, and then you have to
Oh
you
no,
have to
he
use
didn't
the
die.
man
He
because
lives
the
in
lady's not gonna do it. So you have to like,
Newport
and
Beach
then you speak
now or
about men
something
being
like
lazy.
that. He's fine.
I have to like
Lives
put
by
my
the
shoes,
beach.
my shiny shoes,
No,
that were shined
he was
by the kids on the streets
what did he
because there
do
were so many of
in the
them. I'll show you in the
army? Because you know they have all types of jobs in the army. He's like a accountant. So basically, he just made sure that the numbers were correct. He stayed in the office. He didn't help. Yeah, they all need to learn the training and stuff, but like his job was just pushing papers around all day.
pictures, and I put my leg in the mud, and then and I have to go inside the building and pray with my
It's
legs
funny though.
full of mud.
Please tell me it didn't die. No.
It's like a bit sad for the huge doors and everything else. You know, like doesn't make any sense. Look at this. So again, is it like the symbol of supreme? You know what? Or is this an antenna? If I say antenna and the dome and everything else, power station. No. And what places of the world did you say this was again? I'm gonna tell you at the end. I'm gonna show you the map so you know. One example of the building, I'm just gonna show you like a couple of these buildings, but it was full of them in this specific country, the same as it was full of them in Russia and Europe and North America and Australia and Canada and Germany, and Rome and other places.
Yeah,
and this, of course, they say it was built
he just made
very
sure
super fast, and
they
it
didn't
was
spend too much money,
in the 200 years of history. This was there long before
stuff like that.
the immigrants went there. And look, if I didn't tell you, you would say what part of Rome this is from. So why is it like so identical to Rome and other capitals in the world? Was it because it was the same human empire?
Going on, yeah.
At some point, what happened to that human empire?
Yeah,
and people go all the way about everything is Tartaria. Man, you're messing it so badly just because you're lazy and you just believe everything they tell you in some YouTube videos and some websites. Lots of propaganda online as well, you know, with the Tartaria stuff. Look, Longines. But it's actually, you know, the official language is, should I say it? Because many people in the States don't like it when I say it. Spanish. Man, I know. So, because you know your history with Mexico.
Damn, that looks cool.
That's not going to politics because Mr. Trump doesn't like it. And BID. And
well
I've seen Mr. BID and with a mask. Yeah, well, I scratched his neck and I saw the mask here, so it wasn't him. This one again is a building, and
that's me.
And the huge
little behind the scenes
arches, and don't mind the muddy stuff when it rains. Everything is so full of mud and dirt. And
I don't got it on the main screen because I usually watch.
You get all properly dressed because in those days they didn't have like supermarkets to go and just buy your CRAPPY clothes for casual going outside.
Oh yeah,
and
you
would
could see
like
the
get all
logo
dressed
in
in the suit and
my
the
glasses.
ladies, and you go to the mud and so sad. I wonder why they built these buildings without building the roads properly. So. As you can see, many of the photos are so bad quality because we're speaking about the late 1800s and early 1900s.
What it do?
You don't get them way better than this. Some of them are just available in physical books, and you have to take pictures with your phone.
People Live
so yeah,
2
that's the human
You People Live 3. I also got You People Live.
What do you think?
You know,
you like the
stuff
the
I
huge
post
sizes?
sometimes
Of course you
they
do.
like
Let me show you more stuff. Everything you see like that with ornaments and stuff is for religious purposes. You see these buildings with the stripes, like white and red or brown or brownish red. So again, a symbol of
I'm trying to make time for it right now.
Isn't that the Capitol building? If almost you would say it's Washington D.C.
I would encourage anybody to, like, if they think they want to do it, you know, next time you get some money or, like, you know, invest in yourself. Probably the best, because, like, you know, technology is just going to keep getting better and better, and people are going to use more and more internet, and people are going to gain access to, you know what I mean, internet in other countries that don't have it yet. So it's not too late. So if you got a passion for streaming and stuff, you know, get OBS and start. You don't even need that great of a computer to start streaming.
Or even Russia and China, and Australia. I wonder, like, again, the thing with Australia, because I see Australian stuff and Canadian stuff, and they're so far away from this country, which means that, you know, your human species right now is from a different human species, because if this was there before our human species was everywhere,
but yeah,
it means that
when I was a kid, when I was younger, I always thought it would be cool to stream and stuff like that. So over, you know, the last couple of years during COVID-19, I was like, fuck it, I might as well take the chance to do it now.
what human species built this.
So I bought the stuff I needed,
And then
made a couple
big entrances,
logos,
and of course this was added because of the
made it
free
happen.
energy flying ships, which all the skies in the world were full of these at some point. But you know
Yeah,
what happened.
before I started streaming, I didn't know how to stream either. It's just start streaming. That's the best thing I could tell you. Like, there's no like class. There's nothing you need to watch. Don't watch gurus or mentors or nothing. Just buy the stuff, figure out how to make it work, and start. Because if you wait on anybody else or you like say you don't know how to do it, just do it. Yeah. Thanks. I appreciate that. Those likes, man. But nah, yeah, just start. Like slowly just learn how to use OBS. And then once you learn how to use OBS, you'll be good. Yeah, we should yell at food. I mean, if you feel inclined to, I don't see why yelling at food should be out of the question. I mean, shit. Yeah, seems reasonable to me. Yeah, why not? Carry on. I concur. Yelling at food should be a little bit normalized. Especially if that shit good. You be like, God damn, that shit good.
Happened.
You know?
And of course, this has nothing to do with the
What's up,
English
though?
world. This is in a different world. What if it's like an alternate dimension? No, it's actually this dimension. But these
Yeah, I
photos,
tell
because
people all the time,
you know,
start streaming, start making music,
it's
start doing
supreme because
whatever,
all the
do
skies were
art, do
like that.
whatever you
That's why
good at,
many of the
man.
photos
Do
have
whatever
the
you
great
enjoy.
sky, which is like Photoshop gray. Or we say Photoshop, you can say any editing software, because you take it all out, so you don't
Right.
see that people were flying way
Masking,
before the
compositing. That's what they do
1900
to make old
times.
pictures.
Look at this capital empire. What empire? Imperial. I like the word imperial and majestic and empire.
Imperial.
So sad that the quality of the photos are not the best, but at least you get the idea. And I was traveling with free energy and don't need to pay any money.
Yeah.
Even the planes today,
Go
they travel
ahead.
with free energy. Just they need a bit
I
of
see
fuel and they
y'all.
take
I
off.
see
That's
y'all.
it. But anyway,
I see
so
you.
and this is, of course, what's
You know
the
the
place? So the
government. You
capital,
know the phone,
Buenos
the
Aires.
camera that's on the
You
phone.
say
I can see you.
Buenos Aires. I'm gonna teach you
Yeah,
Spanish
I can
just
see
in
you.
case. So yeah,
Yeah.
the country is Argentina.
We looking at each other.
Argentina, and
Yeah, I
huge,
can see.
tremendous, very young country, 200 years, just like Canada.
See, now my
Canada
stream
and
looks
the whole of
normal
South
because that
America are
big
the
ass
same
TV ain't turned on
in
behind
terms
me.
of like the antiquity of the
But I
country as
still
per
can
our
see
human
y'all.
species,
Yeah.
but the buildings are way before that, so too much. But that's
I'm
why I
recording
chose
you.
Argentina for the title of this video,
Yeah.
saying that this country does not belong to you. It's not
I see you.
specifically about Argentina
Yeah.
only. Let's finish with the photo. It's specifically about all these photos and pictures of
Yeah, I can see you.
let me give you one which is totally shocking to
Yeah.
the face. This, for example. But let's
I
stick
see
with
you
this.
too.
This is something else.
I see
I mean,
you,
all of them are
Mason.
so gorgeous and
Want
amazing.
me to prove it?
But
Yeah,
let's stick
I
with the
see you.
empire. Let's stick
You
imperial
ain't
stuff.
sneaky. I seen you when you
Doesn't belong
walked
to
in the
us.
door.
All the world was full of this before
Exposed.
1800,
You
before
exposed.
1700. So, yeah. But because it's Argentina and the national language is
I can see
Spanish,
y'all.
I
Hold
guess
on.
you're not gonna get too angry with
I'll
me
prove it.
because of the
He said
patriotic
prove it.
stuff. Patriotism in the States, patriotism in Canada and Australia and the UK. So yeah,
What am I
I guess
doing
if I
there?
use Argentina
You know,
with Spanish,
man,
I'm
come on.
safe. I'm in the safe
I don't
zone.
want to say that. I'm
That's
gonna
why I
get
picked
banned if I
Argentina,
say what you're
very
doing.
far
'Cause
away from
you know what you're doing.
all the
Stop
other
it.
English-speaking countries, and
Where you
the
at?
language is nothing.
You over there.
But I give it as
You
I
right
give it
there.
as
Where
a-
you at?
I give it as an
you
example,
know.
so you can
You in your
compare
skin.
with the buildings that you have
Oh shit! I'm
in the
you're
countries
pressing
that don't
buttons on
belong
the
to you,
Xbox.
and you can decide for
I got
yourself
the
what kind
Xbox
of history
controller.
and forbidden knowledge you
This
want
where
to
I'm
accept
at. You
or not.
lying?
It's
No,
not
you
forbidden,
lying. I don't
really.
lie.
It's public, but it's forbidden because
Uh,
in a way that if you don't search for it, well, it stays forbidden.
Who's
and
going
you don't
first,
know,
man?
and you still keep
Where?
on living in
He said I'm
ignorance. So
lying.
just like I did
Motherfucker.
at some point before I sacrificed my time to
Yeah. Let's
to
play
understand and
Xbox.
and
My gamer tag
abandon
is
the
still
propaganda of
focused, man. I
Tartaria.
haven't changed it yet. But
Stay tuned for more
nah,
stuff
you lying.
with more
It's
ancient old world empire,
nah,
imperial,
the government.
majestic,
They
free
put the
energy
camera. I can
of the
see.
previous
Look,
human
look.
species of big
Right there.
people.
The camera is
And
at
we
the
have no
top.
idea what happened. See you next time.
You got the same color wall? Holy shit. I know, right? Yeah. Congratulations. Great minds think alike. You know what I'm saying? Put her there. Right. Bam. A little dap. One finger dap. You know what I'm saying? Mason, come on. You know where you're at. You're on your square, Mason. You know what I'm saying? Mason. He said, where am I at? Mason can't believe that I could see him. I mean, I see you. Why glasses inside? Because like these bright ass lights, you know, kind of get a little bit like annoying sometimes. But that's a great question. You know, like some days I don't need them, the glasses, but some days I'm kind of tired, you know, so I put them on. My friend got pregnant in that exact room. He told, right. Yeah, well, you know, magic happens here occasionally. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, like I said, especially if I'm sleepy or something or tired. Yeah, having bright lights in my face isn't like that great. Yeah, nah, I'm not. I take them on, but it just you see what I'm saying. I like already this shit. It's like whoa, it's too bright. Like I said, it just depends. Like if it's early in the morning or afternoon, but right now I'm kind of tired because I woke up early. I gotta wake up and take care of my mom and stuff. So like I wake up at like 5 or 6 in the morning. Most of the time actually like 5:15. But so by 3 o'clock I'm tired. Yeah, I look tired. Exactly. Exactly. But you know, I'm that's why I'm drinking coffee too, you know. Little coffee, you know. Like I said, I'm not really I'm not tired, but because it's now a routine. I've been doing it every day for like 3 years straight. I haven't missed a day because my mom, she had a stroke, so she's partially paralyzed. So I got to take care of her. Yeah, so it's kind of tough, but it's okay. It's worth it. Yeah, coffee's good, definitely. Coffee is good. Yup, 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 yup. I've been drinking coffee for a minute now. Through the week, though, throughout the week, I don't drink coffee, but just on the weekends, you know, so I can do live streaming and everything. Because honestly, sometimes I'll be tired. I'll be like, "Ah, I don't want to do nothing." But like I said, I bought all this equipment to do this specific thing that I'm doing right now, streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and all that stuff. So I can't make excuses. I gotta, you know, get up and do the shit, you know. So tired or not, but like I said, I learned that over the last 3 years helping my mom out. You know that you can't make excuses, especially when you got responsibilities. So and like at this point, you know, I don't even make money doing live streams or TikTok or whatever. I mean, YouTube or anything right now, but I'm trying to build something for the future. You know what I mean? So yeah, at the moment, I ain't making no money, you know. But if I continue and progress and stay consistent, then maybe possibly I don't know. You know. But if I don't do nothing, it definitely ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? All right, hold on. Let me turn that down a little bit. I wonder how much battery I got left in these headphones. Man, these headphones is good. If y'all in the market for some headphones, this is not no pitch. They ain't giving me no money, but these Sonys, boy, these Sonys is very nice Bluetooth headphones. And these is like last year's model. They got some 2023 versions or whatever, but these headphones, they fit so good. They work so well. Sony, but they're like $300, man. That's the only bad part about it. The price may not be that great for everybody. Well, honestly, for anybody, because I shouldn't even buy them. But again, I was going in debt to, you know, invest in myself. You know, you always justify spending money on somebody else, but when it comes turn for you, you know what I mean? You kind of be like cheap and penny pinching. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and splurge and get everything I need. You know, like I said, to make beats and stuff too. I make beats. I edit video. You know, I make logos and stuff. I don't really like to do it for everybody, obviously, but I know how to do it for myself again. Self-taught because it takes too long to ask somebody else to help, or they charge you and don't never like do what they say they're gonna do. And like, hold on, I dropped my phone. I feel like, you know, if you're gonna be doing this shit, you might as well learn how to do it anyway, you know? Then can't nobody teach you. because you know what it takes to get the job done or whatever the case is, you know. But if you just let everybody do stuff for you, you might, you know, get taken advantage of, I think. Yeah, it's gonna take longer to do it by yourself, but I think it's like, I don't know. You value it better, I guess. I need to, hold on, let me switch to this video. I need my motherfucking YouTube
Historical
to start
forbidden
back
knowledge
jumping
by the
again,
gods,
but
I will censor.
the only reason I slowed down on YouTube is because, like I said, they start giving me what they call it, like strikes and stuff. So I was like, hold up, let me slow down. Where that video at? Oh, right here. I'm about to watch this video on YouTube real quick.
Myself brutally in this video because that's the way to do it on public social media in the 21st century United Nations democracy free world constitutional rights. So I'm gonna quote what super important people in history, according to what we have access to of history, we the ignorant people of today. I'm gonna just quote them.
Yeah, like old
These
video
are not
game
my ideas. I'm just gonna quote what they said about the Society of Jesus. I'm super terrified, afraid to say the actual name that starts with the letter J. So from now on, whenever you hear me in the video saying the letter J, start of the reset when we see the paintings of.
That's crazy. All right, that was enough of that though. I ain't trying to hear that shit the whole time. Is that Bootsy? Bootsy says what? Hold on, let's see what Bootsy got to say.
Some cities, women love me more as a person and a rapper.
Women love him.
In some cities, women love me like as a sex symbol, like. Like, you know. Some cities, women love.
It's R. Kelly shit sometime though, but Bootsy is funny. He ain't canceled yet for some reason. I don't know why, but apparently they like Bootsy. I like Bootsy too. Little Bootsy cool. Oh shit. Damn, how many times did I stream in the last 2 days? Like 4 times, maybe. Japan in 1951, armed force. Alright. Looking for something to watch on YouTube real quick for like, what? Another 20 minutes maybe? Yeah, because I gotta go downstairs in like at least 20 minutes. For real this time too, because my battery is dying on this phone. But I mean, I could start streaming. I might stream while I'm watching the movie too, low key. Because why not? You know? Yeah. That's what I'll do. But I'll get everything straight first. Like get the movie going, get the food ready and stuff. And then I'll start the streaming while I'm watching the movie. Because why not? Let's see how it goes.
I'm gonna show you pictures and photos, old stuff from the First and Second World War, especially from the second, black and white, from Kisses, Goodbye Kisses and all that stuff. You know, the typical thing you see in the movies. This is where the movies took the inspiration from. These are real photos, okay? Not from movies, not from Hollywood, but from real stuff.
How old? Let's see if y'all can guess my age. Anybody guess my age? How old do I look?
From the Korean War, so soldiers going to in 1950 a train station to the war in Korea, and this one is
jokes are accepted too. Joke ages are accepted too. That's fine if y'all want to make fun of me too. That's cool.
Is to Egypt, 1963. Goodbye Kisses. This is a famous photo that marks the end of the Second World War, which appears in movies.
Bro, I should have fucking went to the show. I didn't know it was today. I mean, yesterday and today. I guess, whatever. Coachella acrobat badly injured as paramedics rush to help. Damn, somebody got fucked up at Coachella again. Acrobatic person or whatever. Master your side chain compression. Yeah, that's definitely what I want to learn how to do today.
Movies as well. In 1945 in New York Times Square, and in this case in Connecticut in 1945. Everything is black and white, of course. This is in Penn Station, and when Penn Station was...
I can't talk. All roads lead to Rome. Is that like a tongue twister or something? Why couldn't I say that?
Was still Penn Station before being demolished because it was a building from a previous humanity. This is 1943, so during the war. And this one is in London in 1940, a train station, and again another train station somewhere, and World War II. Typical stuff that you see this in the movies. It's like somebody when you make the movies and the cartoons and stuff, and you ask the question, where do you get the inspiration from? So the historical pictures. This is in Hyde Park in London. American soldier with British girlfriend in 1945. This one is in 1935 in Egypt. That was the issue with Egypt back then. Again, out the windows, saying goodbye. Pretty much everybody wearing the same clothes and everything else, typical stuff.
No more locked doors.
And this is farewell at Penn Station as well in New York in 1943.
Nah, I am.
And this is Egypt, 1937.
Half and
well,
half.
not Egypt, but getting ready to go to Egypt. The American soldiers. In 1945, sailor American with his girlfriend. You don't see
facial hair I got
today,
going,
right?
ain't it?
Maybe you do. Who knows? This is a British soldier in 1939.
John Lake Wazamo
to the front, and I'm gonna tell you at the end of the video the purpose of this video, because you're probably gonna ask the question, why are you showing me archived old photos of soldiers giving goodbye kisses
to their girlfriends
when they go to war in the First and Second World War? This is in 1922. I don't even know the destination of this, because 1922, who knows, maybe it was like training camp or something. This is a young woman in 1940.
My beard is
40
cool,
was a good time, with the exception of the wars.
Or is it goatee, my bad?
Roller skates and stuff, like in the movies. Although I do prefer more the 80s, I guess. And afterwards, I think, you know, if I go with this mindset, my mindset right now, if I would teleport myself with a time machine in those days, I would probably be a very famous and popular guy. I'm definitely certain. So
hold on, let me see if I got
this is this is in the Second World War as well. Everybody rushing to the train, 1940, and this is Welcome Home in Britain, in the UK, 1945. This one in Penn Station. Penn Station was really popular back then for all this, you know, shipping to war, going to war in 1943, and this is in when the guys were British guys were coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely start
going to Egypt. I know.
Chinese
typical
map
stuff.
From the 16...
I've seen the movies as well. Americans
take another
Japan after the occupation in 1940s, and because everybody went to Japan in those days was totally your country does not belong to you, and the only guys who would have money and cigarettes and chocolate would be the American soldiers. So it would be really easy to have your own Japanese sweetheart, you know, if you're an American guy. That's when they started with all this, like, you know, American white guys are so popular and so desirable. And a soldier saying goodbye to his wife in Seattle. This is in the First World War. You don't see pictures of the First World War. This is in 1917.
Wow.
And this one is an American soldier with a French girl in 1944. It was quite I think the French girls and many of the girls in the European countries back then, they would just melt for American guys, soldiers, at the end of the war. And this is a soldier kissing a Red Cross nurse in 1945. And this is in France somewhere. Well, actually, no. On English beach in the UK from France. The guy in the middle there, you know, like he is very naughty because, you know, he is at least the guy on the left only has one, but the guy in the middle has two. You know, you see the two arms on the right and the left. That's very, very, very lucky guy, lucky Brit with two French ladies. And yeah, goodbye in Toronto. This is in Canada. The First World War in 1914, imagine. A very old photo. And this is somewhere in Germany when the guy is actually leaving. So he's leaving the German girl behind. That's very typical sad. And husbands, after coming back from war in 1940s, I think this is probably after the end of the war. typical stuff. So the big question, let's go for the typical. Actually, I like this one as well. This one is very good. But let's go for the iconic photo. So
America gave up
leaving
on this
aside
town.
the theatrical radio and TV and newspapers propaganda and all that stuff which exists, you see how people changed. Like back in today, if you speak about war and like so let's say you and I, we are guys and we have like girlfriends and wives and we go to war, right? Back in those days they would make it look as if like you're a hero, if you're a guy and you don't go to war, like the Second World War or the First World War, like the Egypt War or whatever.
Damn.
Or the Korean War.
That's a whole
Then
war.
the other guys who go are superior, and the girls will like they just kiss you and like love you so much, and like my hero goes to war and then he's gonna come back as a hero. But the
Shout
question
out
is,
to homie Jay,
what if that
MMA.
guy doesn't come back anymore?
Matter of fact, let me like his video.
So I guess the girl just moves on with a different sweetheart. So who is the hero in this case? Is the hero the guy who goes and never comes back? Or is the hero the guy who stays home with his girl and family
Who is the hero?
and can support his family? Because does a girl in her like 20s and 30s and like in those days, does she appreciate more the guy who leaves and might never come back? And when he comes back is a different man because he sees the atrocities and the pain.
Maybe.
How many guys the war affected
Look
them
at-
so much, even with Vietnam,
fucked up now.
and they never were the same people again after they came back, if they came back. So what does a girl appreciate in a woman? A guy who goes and never comes back, or comes back in a totally different changed manner, or a guy who stays put home and is supporting?
I don't know. Also, I don't care. Let's see what this one is about. Hold on.
If you're just trying to hook up, then you should make that clear from the get-go.
If you're
instead
just
of,
trying to
like, what are
hook up, you
doing?
should make that clear from
Let's
the beginning.
chill, kind of like, well, I just met you. Do you actually want
I don't like
chill?
doing-
to chill,
Yeah.
or do you,
Well,
are
I
you
don't know,
just
I
like
wouldn't
trying
say
to hook
that.
up?
So you think guys should say up front if they just want to hook up?
Yeah, I
Guys
think
should
that'd be
say up
great.
front if they want.
Do you
just
think that
hook
would
up.
work?
It
Yeah,
wouldn't
we
work.
talked about this
Okay.
last time.
Well, yeah. So if a guy just said to you, for example, do you want to just hook up? Like, would you go for that?
If I wanted to hook up.
Damn.
Do you though? Not right.
Like, I'm like,
Not like that. But like,
He said,
like
"Do
if a
you
guy
though?"
was approaching me like, hey, like I'm dating right now. I'm really not looking to go on dates or like see you and like end up being in a relationship. Would you be down to just hook up? I would just take that into account and then just go from
Okay.
there.
the thing is though.
I wouldn't take that like him being rude or disrespectful.
Okay.
That's just him being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is though, I think if most
Like,
men
yeah,
are
right.
honest like that, if they were honest like that,
Exactly.
they would lose a lot of women. Like a lot of women wouldn't go for that. A lot of women want something before having sex.
Well, then he would just be lying to have sex with her.
But that's kind of the game. Like
Right,
that's the
exactly.
game.
Lie, you should be honest.
You should be
What?
honest.
Of course you should be honest.
Should be
Because
honest,
if you're coming
okay.
to somebody's house and she's not, or like you're intending to turn someplace and she doesn't want to hook up and that's what happens anyways, sometimes it's like you get pressured into it.
Okay, well, that's not really where I was
That's
going
not
with
what
that.
we're
But
talking about, bro.
look, you can't really be
He be staying on topic good.
upfront with a girl in the sense that if you're just like, hey, do you want to?
But some
Here's the
girls
thing.
do.
Here's the thing. No, but like, okay, as a guy, if you tell a girl, listen, I want to, I just want to you once and never talk to you again. First off,
Right.
I don't think that's a good look as a guy. I don't think you should do that. But if men were brutally honest with women, if y'all, bro, it'd be the end of the
Honest with
species.
women.
I think
If we were honest.
it's obviously like the approach you take to say something like that. Obviously, if like, let's say I met someone at a bar and the first thing you're going to say to me is, I'm trying to fuck you, I'd be like,
Eric, can you go full screen with the
why are you
OBS?
saying
Go ahead.
that? You know, like it's just the approach. But obviously,
Like,
like,
Eric, can you go full screen with the OBS, please?
let's take the same scenario. Let's say like you've been dancing with this guy for the whole night and you're like, okay, let's go
I
home.
used OBS a long time ago.
I think that's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird because if you're at a club, it's kind of implying like you're looking for like, you know, like you're single, you may be looking for like more of a hookup in a clubbing scene than like a relationship,
What is he
obviously.
talking
But
about?
like if you're out on the street and a guy's like, let's
Huh?
fuck, I'd be like, why? Like, there's a different
context,
approach to,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, context and situation, the situation you're in is important, but
Definitely.
I mean, like, let's talk dating apps, for example.
Okay.
If a guy
Let's.
just like messaged a girl on the dating app and was just like, hey, what's up? Think you're cute. Let's hook up tonight. Whatever. Like, that's not really going to work.
But aren't that
No,
what
it's
date?
not.
I mean, like, I don't know personally, but maybe some people do get on dating apps for looking for a relationship and looking for love, but like what I've heard for Tinder, like just like where just being around my college friends and stuff, like they get on there to hook up. Like that's why you're on Tinder. You're swiping left and you're swiping right, and then you go out and you're finding people in your area, and then you see them at the party, like, hey, I know you from Tinder, and we matched. Like, you know, like that's how I've heard it. It's not like, oh, I'm on Tinder, like looking for love. Like, I'm sure if a girl received that message on Tinder, like, hey, I'm trying to hook up tonight, are you down? I don't think she'd be like, wow, that was so rude. Like, I think she would just look at him and be like, yeah, or no.
Yeah, that's like standard. I don't think anyone's going on dating apps looking for like a real relationship.
It's crazy.
Look, if
What's the
if
point of
I
dating
get on
apps?
Hinge, I am on Hinge. If I'm on Hinge, right, and I just message a girl, I'm like, hey, what's up? Are you down to hook up? Like, it's not gonna happen.
I wouldn't
it's not
say
gonna
hook
happen.
up, but what works for me is when they're just like really straight up and they're like, hey, like I would really like to get to like take you out. That's like,
That's the game.
yeah. So
That's
maybe
the
you would
game.
have better luck hooking up if you like paid on the dates.
I'm not gonna pay on the date.
Well,
Okay, you want to
then-
talk about this?
Sorry,
Okay.
hang
we
on.
can
No,
talk
I
about
don't.
Fuck
it. No, we'll
But-
talk about it. We'll talk about it.
So you saying like you feel like if you messaged a girl and said, let's hook up, you would have no luck.
Not Brian. He's not paying on dates.
have you tried it?
Tried what?
Like
Being like,
messaging.
I'm not
I'm
paying
only
dates
interested in
either.
hooking up. Is that
I mean,
something-
we did this as a social experiment. Actually, Eric, do you want to pull up the video? We'll watch it really quick. I need to get up here for a sec. We'll watch the Andrea one first. Can you pull up the Andrea clip?
Andrea, he's still talking
Oh,
to Andrea.
sorry, not the super chat, the video. And go full screen on it. Yeah, do the Andrea asking.
Would you have sex with me?
Of course, everybody's gonna say yes to Andrea.
Yes? No? Ready, please? You can just kind of lay there, and I'll just do my thing.
Why not?
Okay, let's go.
He said, hell yeah, let's do it.
I just want to ask you guys if you would be down to have sex with me.
I will definitely have sex with you.
Like literally right now.
Where do you
I'm
want
not
to go?
joking.
I
Your
wanna
house
have
is like
sex
right over there.
I'll go with you right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Are you down?
Yeah, why not?
Let me know if this
let's
is too
go.
forward. If you would have sex with me.
If I has,
Yeah.
hold on, I'm on the. Mom, can I call you back?
He's on the
Maybe
phone with his
you wanna
mom.
have
He's
sex
like,
with me.
Mom, I gotta go. I gotta go, Mom.
Yeah? Like right now? Like literally my house is like right over there.
Andrea,
You want to have sex with me?
Are you out of your mind?
Well, maybe a little bit.
You been
In
drinking?
kind of the best way. Oh, nope, I'm
you've
completely
been
sober.
You out of your mind?
In the best kind of way.
Come to my house once.
Okay. You want to have
He
sex
said
with
you
me?
come to my house if you want. It's funny.
What?
Yes, I'm serious. Like my house is like right there.
What you gonna say?
All right, I'm good.
Okay,
of
let's
course.
do it. You want to have
Every
sex
guy
with me?
say yeah.
And my house is like right over there.
I don't know if
Do
this
it.
is serious. Would you like to hang out with us first?
Not
You wanna
really.
just go do it
I'm
right
sorry,
now?
Yeah, just it'll be like really quick, like 15 minutes.
That's totally
Ready
fine
to
with me.
fuck.
Okay. All right, ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
That's great.
I better not be getting robbed right now.
He said, I'm better not be getting
Okay.
robbed right now.
That's the girl version. Eric, play
Guy
the guy
version, all the girls say no. Gonna be totally opposite. And I haven't even seen his video.
Do you speak English?
Okay, but look at who it is.
I just thought you were really cute, and I want to know if you wanted to have sex. No.
He said,
Okay.
I thought you were really cute and I wanted
I
to
just
know
thought
if
you
you
were
wanted
cute,
to have
and
sex.
I want to know if you wanted to have
Like,
sex.
no. They all saying
I thought you
no.
were really cute, and I want to
It's
know
funny.
if you want to have sex with me.
All the girls laughing at him and
Have
saying no
sex.
and walking away.
Do you
That's
guys
funny.
speak English at all? Where you from?
Australia.
So
Oh,
when a
so
girl
you guys
asks,
are really
every
cute.
guy say yes, and now
And
a
I
guy's
wanna know if you
asking,
guys wanna
every
have
girl
sex.
saying no. And they walking away fast too.
No?
That's funny. He just said, "Do you have sex?" And she looked at him like, and drove off in her little scooter.
Have sex.
trying to find my friend. I thank you.
Thank you. All right, mate. Have sex with me.
I remember when these videos dropped too.
Stupid.
Do you wanna lie on the ground or not?
Right now?
Yes.
What do you mean lie on the ground?
Then we gonna slap you very hard. Yes?
It's funny.
When
She said she gonna slap him.
gonna ask a lady. No.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not what
from
you asked
around here,
him.
so I don't know the custom.
Anyways, those are some results. That was me in Amsterdam many years ago.
So your luck isn't good.
I got actually
your
one
luck
girl
isn't
in
good.
Amsterdam
That's just
said
how it
yes
is, bro.
out of 200.
Out of 200
So I'm
girls,
one for
one girl said
200.
yes.
And a prostitute
crazy.
said yes, but I don't prostitute, so
He said he don't fuck with prostitutes.
I don't know why I was looking at.
Maybe you could do an
What? Right?
Don't worry about it, Nicolette.
you could do like another try with another guy.
I did it with a guy who I'd say is better looking than me. We did it here in Isla Vista. He asked 100 girls, 0.
Zero.
Damn.
It's a pretty good looking dude too, and super charismatic.
I think it's because you're going up to like people unprovoked, and the
Nah,
people on
bro.
dating
The
apps are
girl
like
went
looking
up
for
the
that.
same way,
And
bro.
also, guys will fuck anything. They fuck things that they're not even attracted to, and then they're like,
Yeah,
oh my god, post
that's
nut
true.
clarity.
That's true. That's
So
true.
that is why
point,
that
though,
happened.
right?
That is true. It's different for men and women.
Because the girl who was
Different
asking,
from
she
men
was
and
pretty.
women.
But
That's-
I'm
it's
sure if
funny.
you did, it was someone else who was maybe less good
That's the
looking.
point of the
she would still get a
conversation.
lot of-
But they don't
I would
understand.
say, to be fair,
crazy.
yes, Andrea is like exceptionally attractive.
Beautiful.
But honestly, I think even if you did it with
a less attractive girl, she
a
would
less
still get a
attractive
lot
girl,
of.
she's still gonna
Yeah.
kill it. She's
Right,
still gonna
that's
get
it.
it.
I think if you took a
pussy is a pussy is a pussy.
yeah. But if you took a
Not-
super fine man and sent him around Isla Vista, I think he might get lucky. So maybe your other
Find me. Tell you what, I'll do it again. 2022.
That's funny.
Find me the fucking hottest guy
He said he'll do it
with
again.
a great personality
funny.
to do it, and I think he's still gonna
Ain't
get
gonna work.
fucking
Yeah, ain't
brutally
gonna work,
rejected.
bro.
Not brutally rejected, but he's gonna get turned down.
Turned down just like the other guy. That's crazy. They don't get it. Complaining about the wage gap but can't define it. That's crazy.
The wage
too.
gap. What is
I don't
that?
know what do you mean? What is it?
Well, you kind of brought
Like
it
how
up.
much men get paid versus women in the same workplace.
Yeah.
hmm
What is that? You brought it up,
I
didn't you?
just said. Well, you were the one who said wage gap yourself. That was you. That wasn't me.
Oh, okay. So you want to just talk about that men?
I was just talking about in the workplace. I didn't
men
say
ha-
anything specific.
Okay.
I
What
said
did you say about men in the workplace? That
I said I felt like that women are just not put as high as that. Like we
Women are
still
not put as
we
high.
are still like looked down upon, like as if we cannot do the same things.
Which things?
The things
Physical
that men do.
labor?
Well, I'm looking
Physical
at the
labor?
comments over
He's
here, and
trying
they're
to get
saying
to a
that
point.
like women
We can't
we
do
base
physical
things
labor.
off of emotion and how we're supposed to be more submissive, and I just feel like that.
Well,
that in
I'm
itself,
not
like-
looking at the chat right
well,
now, so I can't.
was.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at them. And that's what they were saying.
Okay.
And it's just something that I disagree with. I don't believe these same things. I don't think that women should be submissive, or
It's
do you
weird.
think that we should be?
Yeah.
Like I know plenty
well,
of women. If they're
Clearly.
being submissive, it's out of fear for standing up for themselves.
Well, I mean, I think you can maneuver through the world however you like, but I mean, we're talking about two different things now. When people are talking about being submissive,
Right.
they're usually talking about that within the context of a relationship.
Each and every
Yeah.
But we're
time,
talking
right?
about like the workplace.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying.
I don't think women should be submissive in the workplace.
Yeah.
But I mean, so are we? What are we
Well,
talking
like,
I
about?
was just bouncing off that.
in the workplace, and like I'm sure you can pull up a study. Like they've done studies where a man and a woman have the same exact job, and the man's earning more.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I mean, we
The
did
wage
this in
gap is the
school.
wage gap not real?
It's been
No, it's
debunked
not real.
Since when? When was that?
for pretty much forever.
No such thing as a wage
I
Are we
gap.
just supposed to
acknowledge.
take your word for it?
Exactly.
So I mean, we can pull up the pace. I scuffed. Now is it too zoomed out, boys?
It looks great.
I think it's too zoomed out. Okay, so here first we'll come back to the wage gap thing. Why don't we start with men occupying the highest positions in careers and in politics, right? So as far as politics go, women make the majority of the electorate. So what is, if you guys were so inclined, you could vote into power a woman.
Yeah, but my vote amongst millions, like, it's like a needle in a haystack.
But as a group, women.
Well, how can I get in contact with all women of the United States?
That's a good question. You got to start a Facebook group or some shit. Start a little group chat. But so. And then, okay, let's talk about the workplace, right? So are there more men who are on boards of companies and who are CEOs and executives and vice presidents? Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm. However, you also, so okay, you're talking sort of the glass ceiling, right? Have you heard that term, the glass ceiling? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that women have like difficulty rising to the top positions in government and politics and the workplace. Well, you can't look at that and also ignore the glass cellar, which is while men occupy the supposed best positions, we also occupy the worst positions by a far greater margin than we occupy the best positions.
What are the worst?
What are the worst positions? Garbage collector, people working in coal mines, people working out on oil rigs, dangerous jobs. 93% of workplace deaths are men. The vast majority of people getting injured on the job are men. So you have to ask yourself, well, why is it that men occupy both the best and the worst positions?
I think when thinking about like higher authoritative positions, you know, obviously
what's going on
back in the day, we kind of started as men occupied those just because women were expected and like had to stay at home to take care of the kids, the house chores, etc. And as we grow out of that now, women are still a little bit behind because men are already implemented in those higher authoritative like positions, right? And it's not that women aren't reaching for like those positions. It's just a little harder when you know a lot more men are like, let's say, in that position. And
so do you think there's like a boys club that people in corporations where the main motivation is making money? Yes. It's just, yeah, we just want a bunch of guys. We don't want women.
Absolutely. Yeah, my grandpa was actually in the Freemasons, and they didn't like go through, you know, like obviously being like, crazy. Fuck women. We just want men. We don't want to make more money and stuff like that. But it was like exclusively a boys, like a men's club where they had a lot more connections. And then eventually, you know, women branched off of that, and there's the Rainbow Girls, which is a branch off.
The Rainbow Girls.
The branch off of.
Are we talking conspiracy?
The Freemason.
Freemasons.
It's a
I have
club.
no idea what that is, but okay.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, she bullshit. She don't know what she's
ultimately, it comes down to choice. Men and women make different choices in what they study, in the fields that they want to go in, and that's going to have an impact on
how much money
they earn and the positions that they occupy. So.
Like, there you have it.
I haven't convinced them. Okay, so.
So, like, what would you say, like, in a situation where, like, Harvey Weinstein or, like...
Harvey Weinstein? What is... That has nothing to do...
I'm just saying, like, that's a man in power. Or, like...
That's totally irrelevant. I don't know.
How is that irrelevant? That's a man in power, and, like, he totally abused his power.
That's not really related to... I mean, that's not really related to what we're talking about, so...
Yeah, it is.
But he's a really powerful man, right? Or he was a really powerful man.
That's totally unrelated to the broad topic at hand,
but you're
which
talking
is
about like basically women and men make choices, which is why they're in the positions they're in, right?
Okay, let's talk about Indira Gandhi. But
I'm just saying, you said
she was a terrible leader in India.
But you
let's
said
talk about Indira Gandhi.
Women and men make choices that put them where they want to be.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so
There's,
Harvey Weinstein was a very powerful man, right?
Well, okay, but I don't
Like, you don't want
understand.
to talk about that topic. We don't have to talk about that topic. That's fine.
But I'm not understanding the point you're trying to make
It's
here.
like, I understand what you say. Like, women and men make choices, and that puts them in the place they are, or like that's how you feel. Okay, that's cool. Now then, we don't even have to say names. There have been men in power who are in power, and they abuse and utilize their power not
Sure.
to put women in position or to bring women and men together. It's been like, without saying names, there's been like, oh, like I can ruin your or end your career as a man with my power, and you're a woman because you're not following the choices or like doing the stuff I want you to do.
The exception does not make the rule. I mean, this is an outlier situation. Harvey Weinstein was a terrible person, abuser, but I mean,
But he would have never been able to do that if he wasn't in power and had the power he had, right? Or like got as far as he got with it.
And it's not really an outlier situation. Think about like Dr. Luke and Kesha, or it just came out like Ashanti.
Okay,
there
but
was like
we're
a
talking,
music.
We're talking about you're talking about like the
Oh.
casting couch in Hollywood. Is it other people? Of course. But I mean, it's just it's totally unrelated to the topic at hand. So you were talking about, okay, why is it that men have all these positions of power?
But they're talking about men in power, or men
Okay,
in power
well,
doesn't necessarily
let's talk
have to be
about Genghis Khan.
politics.
Like,
But there's a
holler at
lot
y'all
of
later,
like
though, man.
you're gonna talk about women, but there's a lot of
Peace.
men to talk about too.
we're speaking in generalities here. We're not looking at individual cases.
Boo men, yay women.
Oh my God. What a
Literally.
mess.